We did also, I think might have been on Monday we started to see this, man. But we were getting the reports that there are rumors that the Steelers might be trading up to the top 10. But initially, everybody was under the assumption that this is more so for a corner or offensive lineman. But reports are coming out that could be for Jalen Carter. Obviously, the big boy, everybody know Jalen now. So what were your thoughts on that? You did. So what's your thoughts on it? And that's why I was like, yo, wait, we not talking until we show up on Wednesday. So how you feel about it though, man?
I think the Steelers would be the ones to pick him. I think the Steelers would be the ones to pick him. I think he's scary though. That's
very dangerous.
He's dangerous.
The more and more we talk about it, I'm like, yo, you playing with fire. You playing with fire.
He came to his pro day 20 pounds heavy.
That's what I'm saying. They said he didn't even finish it, and this was after everything that happened at the combine. I'm like, bro, you can't get the arrest, and then you do that.
Then he got the Dewey. He got the Dewey.
You know what I'm saying? And it was like, yo, we can't charge you for this body, for these two people that lost their life, but you were part of it. It's like, yo, you can't have that and be showing up overweight and not be performing at the pro day. It's very scary. It is very scary, man.
It's even bigger than that. I just don't like that 20 pounds. I don't like that.
Yeah.
I don't like that. That says you're just chilling. Like, I don't see how in that stage of life you should ever just be in chill mode. Like, yeah. And I get it. Like, it's all there. He's gonna get that first pick. Like, he's gonna be a top 10 no matter what. Like, It is what it is. But I think that just tells your love for the game right there.
Exactly. You know? And honestly, I've thought of two players, man. Well, mainly one. Albert Haynesworth. He was the one I thought of.
Jamarcus.
You thought of Jamarcus. Okay. You and Jamarcus. Respect. So when I saw the weight part, it reminded me, I was like, yo, I had to do Marcel Darius, bro. He gave us 10 sacks, and he came back like 30 pounds heavy. It was like, whoa, what happened? He's like,
out 57.
Yeah, that was my dude. But it was like once he showed that he could do it, he was kind of like, oh, I'm cool now, and y'all gonna pay me? Yeah, it was a lot going on, but it was dangerous. It was real dangerous. And that's when I look at Jalen Carter, I'm like, yo, you giving me them vibes a little bit, like you kind of dangerous, bro.
A little dangerous.
And just the fact we really don't need defensive tackle that bad.
Yeah, that's the other part. But
he's not a defensive tackle.
He's a player. Like he's a player. He's a guy.
A defensive weapon.
Yeah, he's a guy.
Sure.
He can play D. Yeah. He could be your third pass rusher.
He's a guy.
He could be your nose.
He's a guy,
he could
bro.
Be your chase.
He's different.
He can play whatever you need him to play.
Don't
TG, let the number fool
TG is certain players that when we talk about all this baggage and we like they're dangerous, but we still like it's a top 10 player. Yeah. It's certain ones where it's like, yo, they tap AB. Think about AB, man. How long it took us to get to where AB was untouchable?
Come on, man.
Certain players are so talented. You ain't AB. Yeah.
What AB do.
Absolutely. It's certain players.
You do what AB do, so you don't do what AB do.
Show up on time to work, baby. You show up on time. Hey, it's been plenty of people that thought they was AB.
Oh, man.
Plenty. You know how to. Yeah, all right. We ain't gonna name drop, but there's been plenty of people that thought they was AB. They ain't here no more. Ain't here no more, man. Yeah. Jalen, though, he definitely got the talent, though, bro. He got the talent. Would you touch him, though?
All that.
Would you do it or not?
How much you giving him? I'd do it. I'd go get him. He ain't gonna be
people are talking about our second round pick and maybe like a future next year. Like a third rounder up. That's what we had to do to get Devin Bush, at least. We had to trade up into the top 10.
I go get that up. I get that up.
And this is the other thing, though, right? So we do got to, and just for some more context with this convo, we still do have a Cam Hayward on the roster. We did just re-sign Larry Ogunjobi. We did just draft DeMarvin Leal last year. We still have an Isaiah Loudermilk who he's like I said, later round, 5th round guy from 2 years ago. He's still on the roster. Yeah. And then from there, we talk about the nose tackles. Obviously, Montravius Adams, who we re-signed him. Yeah, he good. We like him. He's good. Yeah.
5'7".
Yep. And then we brought in obviously this a couple weeks ago, Braden Fioku, the cat from from the Chargers, big body nose tackle. Yeah, LSU kept the hawker, absolutely, man. So it's like, man, we done some good stuff in terms of the signings, in terms of the depth in the trenches.
I think that's the to it that you've been looking for with all
low key. I swear, I thought that. Every time I watch him, I'm like, bro, this is who Tua is supposed to be. This is Tua. This is who Tua is supposed to be. Yeah, I swear, every time I see him, I'm like, that's what it was supposed to be like.
Coming in.
Yep.
And giving him the Steeler way, like, come do it this way, bro. Don't do that. Follow Cam Hayward, whatever you do.
Everything you do.
Yeah. And now you got what you was looking for. You was looking for that for a few years now. They've been looking for that. No, he has been.
I mean, they're hoping DeMarvin Leal could turn into something like that. Tua was different, bro. Like, that's what you want. That big, crazy, athletic, like, yeah.
The whole thing about the Steelers is the Steelers want to get 2 out of 1 in everything they do.
Yes.
Everything they do is 2 for 1. They're one of the only teams that only got a special team coach. They don't got an assistant. Like, everything, their business model.
You wearing multiple hats. Yeah.
Yeah. So that guy is an ideal Steeler. He's a 2 for 1. He can play that DN. He's multiple a pass spots, rusher. And he can get down in terms of the 4-eye. He can get down in terms of right over the guard and over in a 3. Yeah. He can get in a 2. He can literally play.
You don't have to take him off the field. Base, nickel, big nickel. If you want to bump him out there early on a big nickel and say you beat up a tight end in a 7 technique, he can do that. You want to play him as a 3,
Mike he could stand up and play your 9.
Low key, that's what I'm like. As a 9 to just set the edge, they was doing the Marvin Leal like that. I'm like, he could definitely do that. Just go out there and set the edge, be a bully in the run game. Absolutely, yes.
To me, like, when you say who's the Steeler, he's the Steeler in the D line. Like, he's the Steeler of the draft. Like, I can see that. But I think everybody's in the draft. Like, this is a superstar. You feel me?
But
that's a superstar.
Yeah, I'd be interested because you guys talked about the added 20 pounds. Just thought his whole pre-draft process.
That's what I was about to say.
Rough.
The baggage, yeah.
And like, I feel like that's something the Steelers go away from. So I'm curious as to why this rumor was brought up by Peter King.
I'm with you.
There's that stuff out there with DeJuan Jones. We've been looking at him a lot, the offensive tackle at Ohio State. And he had some bad stuff with his pro day, and like it kind of turned us off.
Yeah,
but like I'm curious as to why. Like, okay, we're so attracted to getting Jalen Carter.
The problem is this: Jalen,
he's good. I know he's damn good.
Jalen, since the season, has done everything to hurt your draft stock. The problem is that when you cut Jalen's tape on, it's like, bro, how do I not draft this? How do I not acknowledge how talented this guy is? When he decides that he doesn't want to get blocked, they can't block this man.
Right.
And I think it's just certain players, when you're talking about that type of talent, that type of mismatch, and he's doing this in the SEC where it's supposed to be the best of the best. And you're like, you literally look like a man playing with kids out there at times. Right. I think that's the part where it's just so hard to potentially miss on an opportunity, because you have to also put it in context, and TG can attest to this. Once your senior season ends, or once that final season ends, man, it's all right, we training for the combine. It's I'm working out wherever I'm working out at. It's, man, we got to take these pre-draft visits. You're constantly on the go, so your schedule isn't normal. So you can't simply say, well, hey, man, this is when I typically do winter workouts. This is when I typically would do spring ball. This is when I typically do my conditioning. Because you traveling. You on the go. You at the combine right now. You doing your big 30 visits right now. You got your pro day. You got teams coming in to visit you at your school still. So all of that could throw off of, your training. Throw off of your regimen. So I think if you're a team that loves his talent, maybe you try to justify it and say some of that. But I also think you got to put that into context when you're evaluating him. Like, man, all these guys got these same issues going on, but he was the only one at that pro day that didn't finish. Everybody else was fine, from my understanding. Everybody else is good at the comp. You know what I mean? So it's like, how much do you weigh what's going on versus what you've seen on tape from him? And I think that's the big dilemma with him right now.
Yeah.
I think it's even bigger than that. It's just how much do you love football, bro?
Yeah.
Do you love this or do you not love this? Because like, if you love this, you're grinding all day, all the time. Like, you're grinding.
Before you get the bag, you grinding.
Yeah. So it's like, are you really just showing me, like, as soon as you do get some success,
this is what they expect?
Yeah, this is who you are. Because when somebody tell you who they are, like, that's who they are.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like he's telling you in a way who he is, but his talent is so much that it's like, maybe
you want to lie to yourself. Yeah, you want to lie to yourself, because TG, I'm glad you said that, bro. You hit it right on the head. If this is anybody else, we're simply saying, bro, this dude has already showed us who he is. The love for the game, it's not the priority. He's enjoying everything else, and football is number 2.
Yeah.
But like you said, man, the talent is what's making everybody say, the tape has shown us that when he's out there, he's just so good that it doesn't matter. But the money at the NFL level, it doesn't change the player, man. It just shows more of who they already are. It highlights it. So if he was already chill and didn't really care about the game like that, when he didn't have $100 million in the bank, what happens when the team pays him $500 million or 5 for 120 and 90 of his guaranteed? Now he's showing up overweight. Now he's showing he don't want to work. Like, that's some of the stuff you got to worry about.
The only opposite side of that is it takes a super strong vet locker room usually to like hold that. And it's kind of like you still do have a Cam Hayward, you have a Pat P, you have certain pieces in here that represent wealth of knowledge, but it is pretty much a young locker room. It's a young
team, man. It's young, yeah.
And I think those play parts in the decision. I think all those pieces play parts.
Because think about when we brought into it, Cam was still on the front end of this thing in terms of him, like NFL career wise. Now we looking like, is it a year? Is it 2 years left? Like, how much time? So how much does he really get to like mold this cat? You know what I mean? And mentor this cat.
I think you still get to mold him though. Cam was a 30-year-old, 20-year-old.
Yes, but what I'm saying is this though. This is what I mean though. Cam had Tuitt had Cam in his life for 3-4 seasons. You feel me?
Yeah.
Whereas we're talking, is Cam on the roster a year from now? In terms of like, is he still playing or does he retire? Where are we at with that?
I think this type of pick keeps him in the building. I think this type of pick, keeps him around. I think these type of pick.
Fair enough. I didn't look at it like, I looked at it like, if you're bringing Jalen Carter in, we're essentially saying, hey, Ben Roethlisberger, we're drafting, we're going a different direction. You get going. Hey, Troy Polamalu, we're going a different direction. It's time for you to go. That's how I looked at the Jalen Carter move. If he comes in here and we take him at 9 overall.
I think it's more, hey, we're going to keep you around. I think you seen Jarvis coming here and Lamar Woodley was still around.
For that year, though. Think about it. Jarvis played that 1 year, then I came after that and Wood was gone.
I do feel that.
We draft Shamarko in the 3rd. That following year,
Troy's gone. But I think that was more of clear out the whole house. Because, that was the end of that was the clear out of the LeBeau and all that.
Yeah, I can see that.
That was like, all right, we're moving on to a different scheme.
Nah, respect.
Let's get a whole different
we playing 4-3 ball disguised as 3-4. Yeah.
I think I just changed the whole scheme. I think this is more like I just think this would extend his career a little bit.
Plus with Cam Hayward's how his game has aged too. Yeah. Like, he still got 10 sacks last year.
Yeah, and it's not an issue of the sacks, but it's more so when you're talking age, what it's costing, and when you have this type of player, you still got Larry Ogunjobi, who's younger, who you just committed to as well. That's the part where I'm just like, you can't pay all these dudes.
You just need Cam on like a team-friendly deal to like close it out.
Right, but that would be Cam essentially coming off of what? Getting double-digit M's the past 3 years? And now we're saying take 5, take 4?
Going for that Super Bowl.
But I think he's the guy that does do that. And I think they're banking on that too.
I think y'all banking hard on Cam going from, man, I don't want to pull up what he made this year. I just know it was 10+. I'll leave it at that. Okay.
It was
like teens. It was 20. Like 20. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, it was upper
teens. Brother on the team,
bro. We talking about being almost.
That's right. We can't lose the stone.
Bro, he gets.
Man, you got to put his brother contract in there with him.
Oh my gosh. I'm gonna pull it up real quick. Hold on. I hate to do this. I gotta know. All right. I just want to make sure I got the numbers right. Forgive me, Cam. I'm not pocket watching. Just I'm throwing it out there. I'm my dog. All right. But yeah, bro, Cam, you don't say that. I knew you was gonna say that. Stop being foul, bro. Don't be like that. Don't be like that. I'm just stopping. I'm just doing cap hits, okay? He had a $17 million cap hit last year. He has a $22 million cap hit this year, and then another $22 million cap hit next year. But if they release him next year, it's only a $6 million dead cap.
Little restructure next year.
Yeah, that's the only thing.
Little restructure extend.
In terms of yearly cash, he made 11 last year. He's going to get 15.8 this year, and then 16 in terms of yearly cash next year. But we know that's obviously signing and stuff like that throughout the duration of the deal. But when you're throwing those numbers in, that's the part where I'm like, if you bring in Jalen Carter, that's a lot to come down from. That's all I'm saying, man.
He could play less. I don't know where he's at, though. Yeah, I'm assuming with him getting up there in age, he'd be cool with giving off some of his role. becoming like that Jerome Bettis for us on the defense.
So why ain't that work with Troy?
Because the whole house was leaving at that time.
All right. I hope you're right. I see what you're saying, and I hope it is what you're saying because Cam, dude, man, Cam, man. If you in that locker room and you don't like Cam, something wrong with you, man. Cam just like the uncle to everybody. He's a super nice dude. It's fun, but I'm just like, man, the way y'all trying to sell it, I'm like, I don't think he's just gonna come back for no crumb like that either. But I do feel like they're gonna try to make him do that if you bring in Jalen Carter.
Yeah, I think that do bring him back for the crumbs though, for sure.
All right.
I think you throw like a with all due respect at the end of the contract.
Hey, son, y'all foul.
Here's our deal.
With all due respect.
Yeah. And I do bring him back for the crumbs though, for sure.
Hey, hit him with the. Remember, you can only be a pupil at one place, so choose wisely. I get it, man. I get it. Dang.
Yeah. I think you sell them. You put like pictures or whatever of like Big Ben, Troy, Hines. Like you throw these down.
Like you're in that conversation.
One team, whole career.
Yeah.
Like
you're in that.
This means something. This means something beyond football.
I think you show him that. You show him his brother in there. You with me?
Show him a picture of his brother. Hold on. Now, I need to know what's the context. Are you showing it like on some mafia, like you want him to come up missing, or you like, hey, the family, your brother? I need to know, like, okay,
just, we
that could go both ways. You feel me? It could go both ways. Like, you gonna take less, or would you take less? Think of him, or you better think of him.
Of your family. Yeah, you got a lot of your family in here. We've done a lot of good things for you.
Your foundation, we big supporters of it. You know what I'm saying? Everything good, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, hey, we're going to come to all your events, man.
Come on. We make charitable donations to all your events.
Hey, no, facts, they do. I'm like, yo, when you get that connection, you're the plug. I'm like, that's C-Bass. That's Charlie Bass level. Like, yo, they don't just be like when the team is showing up and the team is helping your individual thing. Oh, yeah. That's officially big time. You are in your own stratosphere now. Absolutely, bro.
It's different. So, I think them is the type of combos he's going to have. Yeah. I can see it, though, if they were to pick Jalen. That's if they pick Jalen.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm really intrigued because you're right. The talent, the player, it makes sense.
It
you
does.
Go up, you just get the guy you think could be the franchise defensive lineman, defensive tackle, whatever for the next decade and just be a beast for you. But the same, all the red flag stuff this offseason, it makes me wonder if the Steelers are actually serious or this is just a random rumor thrown out there.
I can see it.
You can see it?
I can see it. Yeah,
he is the player. Like, honestly, I feel the best because think about this, right? This whole draft process, he's been the guy that we're like, yo, it's a consensus number one. Up until the whole...
at the end of college football season, yeah.
Up until the combine, that was when it started to shift because of the whole drag racing and the death type thing, and then from there, the pro day. But other than that, he was always the guy. So when we're talking about trading up, man, it wasn't we want to trade up for Gonzalez, you want to trade up for Skoronski, you want to trade
recently it has been.
It's changed to those names, but the convo, if he was going to move, it's like, yo, that's the guy you want. So if you can get him, man, absolutely, that's the guy. But the baggage is crazy right now. The baggage is crazy right now. It definitely can have you having cold feet, bro.
Yeah, the baggage is crazy right now.
Yeah.
But I don't know. But it's a superstar if you get it to go for you.
All right, it's a week, man. The draft a week from right now, man. A week and a day.
Yeah,
Pittsburgh Steelers on the clock. You doing it? What's up?
They got to trade up to do it. If they trade up,
that's what I'm saying. If you trade up and you on the clock and he's there, are you doing it? That's the guy. You pulling the trigger?
That's the reason you make the trade for.
All right. So you ain't doing it for Gonzalez. You ain't doing it for Skoronski. You ain't doing it for Paris Johnson. You ain't doing it for none of these other cats.
No, because you can get JPJ. Ooh,
talk that talk.
And, like I'm a big Eli Ricks guy.
Yeah. For y'all that ain't checked out Lock and Mesa, did drop earlier today. We were talking them DBs, and yes, TG loves him some Eli Ricks. Okay, that's his guy that he happens to like a lot. All right, he don't like him like he like AR-15 though. but he like him.
No.
He like him, but not like AR. He ain't, I don't know if he did any backflips on his tape. That's on you. Gotta check the backflips
AR
out.
is one of my favorite. AR is one of my favorite in the draft. He's in my 1-2 for sure.